All right, so the next thing to do here is the carousel, which is probably gonna be the most complicated thing to do. So right now it's looping through these pictures automatically. You can also click on these, although I think it's just gonna select the element in there, but that's what this is, right? So I want to replace these pictures and actually have my pictures in there. So we're gonna go down here and I am going to go to the code, okay? And you're gonna see it's a little bit hard to deal with. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this row right here. I'm at this little thing to collapse it. So that row's gone. The next row was what dreams may come. Right? That's this one. So I'm going to turn this row off. And then this row is the actual row that I want. So you can see it says carousel example, but it starts with row. And when I click on row, you can see where the row ends. It highlights it, which means I'm going to take this one because that's my 3 in a row. I'm just going to go ahead and minimize that. And then this row here, which for whatever reason doesn't seem to have. Is there no closing on this row? Hang on a second. Let's get rid of you. Backspace, backspace, enter. Okay, so that goes to this guy. This goes. Oh, there it is. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but anyway. Okay, so good. So basically, I got all my rows closed except for the one that I'm working on, which is the one that says the carousel. It just makes it easier if that's all we see. Okay, what I want to do first is actually just adjust these images. And currently what you're going to see is that there is this section called Carousel Inner. So I can't use this over here because, I don't know if you noticed, but this is constantly moving. And it's really, I can't really actually grab the individual pictures. I can kind of do it here, but I can't adjust them because I can't, it's just not possible. So we're going to actually do it through the code. That's why we're doing it this way, unfortunately. Now you should be able to see, you'll see carousel inner, right? You see boop, boop, and then you'll see carousel item, and this one's active because that's the first one, and then carousel item, and then carousel item. Okay, that's the part we want to take care of. Okay, I'm actually going to put 4 pictures in here. So what I'm going to do is this carousel inner. Right after that, I'm going to hit enter, and then right before it's closing, I'll hit enter. And then here to here, I'm going to hit enter. I'll click on this one. Okay, that's where it ends. Enter. There. So that basically you can see each section now a little bit easier. This isn't required. It's the whole reason why we hit like tab in and stuff when we write code, because it just makes it visually easier. The computer doesn't care how it's formatted. It just reads one thing after the other. Well, some of it doesn't matter. But in this case, like this sort of stuff doesn't matter. This is purely just for us to make it easier for us to read. Okay. So that being said, I've now got my sections. I actually want to make a third one of these. We can probably use the DOM over here. So I'm going to minimize this one, minimize this one. Okay. So you'll see we have our 3 carousel items, right? I'm just going to right click and duplicate this one, right? So now we got another one. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit enter. So now I've got 4 because I want to do 4 pictures. The reason I'm doing 4 is just so you can see how to do, if you want to do like 6 or something, it's going to be the same process. All right. Good. So, that looks fine. The other thing I need to do, because I'm doing 4, is that you'll see where it says, up here where it says carousel indicators. You see how it says, data slide to 1, 2, 3. These are actually representing these little, these little nublets here, these little dashes, because you can click on these and they will go to each slide that corresponds to it. That being said, if for some reason you didn't want them, you could just take this section out. Just take the carousel indicator section, just grab that, hit delete, and then if you go here, you'll see that they are gone. So you might not think that they are, visually nice, but that's what you do. So if I wanted to make another one, I could do it right here. We could also do it through the DOM, but I'll just do it here so you can see. So I'm just going to grab this chunk, Control C or Command C if you're on a Mac, enter, Control V, and I'm just going to make sure that it's like spaced in the same. There we go. And then instead of slide 2, we make it slide 3. You're going to see it does slide 0, 1, 2, 3, and that's because it's code. Code starts at 0, not 1. All right, so, and now you'll see we have another one. If I go to split, you'll see now there's 4 down there, okay? So if you wanted to add that or not, you can remove it if you want. I just want to show you how to do it. Okay, so now we have 4 slides. That's how we would do it. What I want to do is replace the pictures, okay? So actually, before we even do that, if we look, you may like the first slide heading, the first slide caption. You might like the way that this is set up. You might not. If you want to change that, there are ways of doing it. So let's just go ahead and change that before we put the images in, because that's going to be our thing. So that's the first slide heading. First slide caption literally would just replace each one of these. But you're going to have to do it in here, again, because I can't really, it's going to keep changing on me, right? So I can't get to it. So we're just going to do it right inside of here. So we'll just say, what are your dreams? Question mark. And then I'm just going to get rid of the paragraph part, the body there, because I don't need that. Make sure that closes. Okay. And then, God bless it, backspace. There we go. And then we'll get rid of this one as well. Delete. And then we'll say, let us help. I don't know. I'm just thinking of things to put in here. There we go. Nope. Nightmare. There we go. And then we'll just put another one here. They mostly come at night. Mostly. Okay. so we have these titles here, and if we go display, you'll see what are your dreams. Oh yeah. Okay, so that looks fine. Now let me see what I got. That looks okay. So we might need to change this a little bit too, but we'll come back and do that. What I want to do next is the images. Okay. Now again, if you recall, I put my images in these images folders here. Okay. So the ones I'm going to use are right there. So what you're going to do is after that's done, we're just going to take from here. So I'm just going to start with before the end of that quote. I'm going to come across and I'll go to images and take the /, hit /, and you'll see it'll pop up with my pictures. Use your arrow key on your keyboard, and then you can switch to them. So we'll just do the first one, enter, great. Then I'll do the same thing here, backspace, boom, great. And then I'll go here, go all the way over, /, not that one, put this one, enter, great. And then we'll do one more, and you're gonna see this isn't gonna work. It does work, but it's there's some minor issues to it. Great. Okay. All right. So now if we go here, what you're gonna see is that these are not formatted well. Notice that it's gonna I'll hold it here, but you're gonna see it's gonna pop up and down and up and down because the images are all different sizes. So there are ways that we could take the images and we could scale them. We could do it right inside the images themselves. So I could take the first image. So you see it says image, class, blah, blah, blah. It has all this information in it. Right after image, we can do it right here. Doesn't really matter. I could do height and then start typing in height. It'll pop up, hit enter. And then we'll just say we'll do 420px. Okay, and let's just make sure that that's working. So annoying. I gotta wait for it to come around the horn here. One more. So that should scale it to 420, hopefully. Good. So you can see it made it 420. So I could do that on all of these. So what I'll do is I'll just take this little chunk here where it says height. I'm gonna copy it, Control C. Right after this one, Control V. Right after this one, Control V. Right after this one, Control V. All right. And now, if we were going to here, you'll see that they are now all the same height. So the width will change a little bit, but it will always be the same height. Now, that is not necessarily the best way to go about doing it, but this is a kind of a quick, easy way. What would be a better way is to go into Photoshop, and I would just take the plate, just use your carousel placeholder, and I would just take each one of these images, Command A, Command C, and Command V, paste them in there, Control T, and then just try to position it in a way that makes sense, right? And then we'll just put another one underneath it, and then we'll just do black. So we do one there. I would save it as slide
slide number 0 or something. And then I would do the next one, Control A, Control C, Control V, put this above. Come on. Turn this one off, Control T. Scale it, you know, however you want, like that. Enter. Save this as slide number 2. And I would just go down the line and save them all that way. The reason being that this is better is, for one, you can choose exactly how it's going to be scaled, and they'll all be exactly the same proportions, which would be much preferred. So when you go to do your project, this is what you should do. You should scale them all manually, make sure they're all the exact same size. That's much better, because that way you're controlling the look of it better. It also means that this image is absolutely that certain size. So if I go to image size, this is 600 by 400, right? It's absolutely 600 by 400. It is not any larger than that. So when you are watching, when you're viewing the website, you're seeing at the exact pixels that they are. What happens is that if I now were to upload this site and someone views it, they will show up the size, but they actually have to download the larger image, which makes the site a little slower. So they're downloading a picture that's larger than they're actually viewing, which is not good. It also takes up more space on your server and everything else. So you'd want to scale them all specifically, okay? But that should pretty much cover that for now, okay? Yay. And there are other elements in here too, but we will call that good. Okay. So next are these card titles. So with the card titles, you see there's a bunch of pieces in it. I am going to, let's see. So we just did, where are you? Let's minimize that row, minimize the heading, minimize that. Okay, so there we are. We're on this one here. So I'm going to expand. Let's collapse this one. We'll expand this one. Okay, so we have our columns, and I've got my card. Okay, and then we've got card body, and so on and so forth. So what I would like is for my cards, see how they all have this white background? I think it'd be better if they had images behind them. So I had those pictures of just like packages. So I think I'm just going to put this package behind all of them just to make it easier. Because I only got 3 and I should have got 4. So I'm just going to put that picture behind them. So to do that, it's going to be relatively easy. What we're going to do is I need to target this card. So we'll just put the little plus here, and we'll just say product card is what I'm going to name it. Okay, enter, enter. Good, so now we have that. So I'm just going to make sure I click on style, scroll all the way down. There's product card. And what I want to do is I want the background of this. I'm not going to put a picture in. I'm going to put a picture behind it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the background section, and then you'll see we've been changing the color. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to the background image, and then I can click on this little folder. You should go to your images folder, or at least near it. And then I'm just going to select this package and hit OK. And now you can see it's behind it. But you'll notice that it's kind of offset because that image is larger. I actually kind of like the look of that, to be honest. Maybe I'd leave it. But just in case you do want to change it, underneath that, you'll see background position. So I can move it here. Okay. All right, that just reset. There's also background size. So I could change the general scale of it. So let's do, I don't know what size that is necessarily. We could do percentages. So I could do like, make it 50%. And you see it's considerably small. Oh, see, it's on pixels. Go back to percentages. There we go. Let's do 75%. Keeps doing stupid. I was on pixels, you jerk. Okay. But you can see you could adjust the size of that. I'm actually going to leave that, but you could adjust the size there. I am going to, I kind of like the way that it was. I'm actually going to take it and maybe, move it down a little. Like, stupid thing keeps percent right there. And then so right here you see, I don't know if you notice it repeats itself. I don't want it to repeat. So where it says background repeat, this is on all X, Y, and no repeat. So I don't want it to repeat. So it's just going to be the one picture. So I'm going to click on that. And I think that is fine. Good. All right. So we'll say that will be the background. What I'm going to do is, you see how this one says product card? I'm going to copy that command. I thought I could copy it, but okay. So product card is it? So I'm just going to go to this one. It'll be easier to do it over here. Card body. And I think I did it on, let me double check, on this guy, right? Yeah, so let's minimize that. Okay, so we're gonna go here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add that same one to it. So card, I'm sorry, it was product card, wasn't it? Product, yeah, product card. Boom, and you'll see it's gonna inherit the same CSS. And I'm just gonna click on this one down here, hit the little plus, product card. I'll just hit the down arrow to select it, enter. Select the next one. I gotta open it up. It's this one. It's not the column, it's the card underneath. Hit the little plus, product card. Boom. And now they all have that same CSS. So anything I do to this one, it will apply to all, as far as the CSS is concerned. Okay, let's go ahead, and this might be fun. Let's do a border. So we'll go here, and let's do a border radius. That'll make it rounded. Actually, don't want to do that. So border, we have solid, top, right, blah, blah, blah. Let's go ahead, and we'll do all of them. And then we will do, see, here's where we do the type. We'll do width. Let's do by pixels, and we will do, let's say, 2 pixels. And can't really see it right now. Color, let's go ahead and we will do, I don't know, we'll do, do I have, let me see my colors here. So we'll grab, let's grab this one, just for fun. Why not? Okay, color, and I'm just gonna go ahead and paste that. There we go, enter. So now you can see it, a little bit of a border. All right. That's good. And we can also, let's see, border spacing. I don't need any of that. Shadow. Okay, let's go ahead and add a little bit of a box shadow as well, just to make it pop a little bit. So let's do 2 pixels by 2 pixels. So that's just the offset. So you can see a little bit of a black on one side. Blur, let's do 5 pixels. And then we'll leave spread alone. Color, we'll leave it on black, but I'm going to take the alpha down a bunch so it's not so strong. And there you go. So now they got these little borders and all that. That's great. Okay. Other things I would like is I need to change these card titles. So, and they have 2 links. I think they should only have 1. So let's fix that as well. So we can do it through either here or here, but we'll just do it through here because it's probably easier for you guys to see. So I'm going to open this up. We got card body. So there's card title, subtitle, and card text. I don't think we need the subtitle, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then we'll leave the card title. Card text is fine, and I don't need the second link. So we'll just do a card title, text, and link. So I'm just going to expand this. So get rid of the subtitle and get rid of the second link. And we'll do the same thing here. So subtitle, second link. Oops. Whatever. They say second link. I'm going to change the names anyway. And subtitle and link. Okay. Good. So now they all have titles and that other stuff. So that's great. Yay. Then I just want to change this, and we'll just go in here, and I'm just going to go ahead and we'll just name this product 1. It's a pretty classy name. Yeah. Product, delete, 2. And product 3. I'm really good with products. And product 4. Great. Okay. So we'll say that is good. We've now formatted those chunks. And next is this part here. So what I'm going to do is let you play around with this here. It's just the same process because we've been doing a lot of videos. If you totally just rip it apart, I don't care. I'd rather that you tried to do something than you don't. Okay, so just whatever you want to do for this, just play around with it. Try to get a feel for it. I know it's a little bit weird. Definitely, those of you who have taken web design, this will be a little bit easier because if you do get stuck, you can probably just try and figure it out down here. But good luck.